your videos on. It's fantastic to be able to actually see your faces. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with CLP, we are a capacity building program that is delivered through a partnership between BirdLife International, Fauna and Flora, and the Wildlife Conservation Society. We build essential leadership skills and provide a platform for conservationists to build their careers at the hardest part, the beginning. Over the last 38 years, CLP has given over $10 million in project funding to over 3,100 early career conservationists across more than 100 countries. CLP leaders go on to set up NGOs, create protected areas, influence policy, discover species, and very importantly, inspire thousands of others to help conserve biodiversity. CLP isn't just a funding and training program. We encourage a way of working. Through collaboration, partnership, we can achieve so much more. We have seen the connections made through the CLP network. It lasts a lifetime. They mentor each other, form friendships that span borders, cultures, and age groups. And we can all appreciate how vital these connections are when we work in the challenging world of conservation. We are really delighted to be able to be joined by some distinguished and highly experienced conservation leaders today, staff from regional offices of our partnership organisations. We have Ralna Lewis, who's the Belize Assistant Country Director from WCS, Lam Van Hoang, who's the Vietnam Country Director for Fauna and Flora, and Mercy Waithira, who is a past CLP intern with BirdLife International. We're pleased that they'll be sharing their expert insights into what it takes to be a conservation leader. Our exceptional award winners will soon be undertaking these 17 brand new projects. These teams will be working together to conduct vital research and action to conserve some of the world's most threatened species. The 14 Future Conservationist Award winners have been granted $15,000 along with training, mentorship, and access to the CLP network. They will gain experience in fieldwork, stakeholder engagement, and the opportunity to develop their leadership skills over the next 12 months. Our 3 Continuation Award winners will receive $25,000 each, and this will be spent in the next 2 years scaling up their previous CLP funded work to deliver outcomes that influence conservation on a larger scale. So all of this can only happen with an exceptional CLP team, who I've already introduced, and our amazing executive committee. So a big thank you to Marianne Carter, Lenka Ballant, and Kate Mastro. And finally, I'd like to say a special thank you to our donors, Arcadia, a charitable fund of Lisbeth Rousing and Peter Baldwin, and March Conservation Fund. Without our donors, these awards and the ongoing support of CLP really would not be possible, so thank you. Okay, enough from me. Let's see who's won these awards. First, we'd like to introduce our Future Conservationist Award winners. So this is the entry-level opportunity that is awarded to teams leading vital projects to save threatened biodiversity across 3 world regions: Latin America and the Caribbean, Africa, and Asia and the Pacific. First up, we'll take a look at African region. So please do continue to use the chat facility and cheer on our grantees as they appear in the video. Congratulations and well done to all the Africa region awardees. It's great to see so many lesser known species getting the conservation attention they deserve. So now we're going to hear from our first special guest, Mercy Waithira. So Mercy is a Kenyan ecologist who's passionate about mentoring students in field research and is an avid bird watcher. She is a CLP alum from 2016 and has worked with many different organizations, including BirdLife International. Over to you, Mercy.
Thank you so much, Olivia. And I hope you can hear me all right. Great. So first of all, congratulations to all the winners. And it's really great to see the countries that are represented during this STEAM Awards. And I think I'm really, really grateful for CLP. First of all, I am a conservation CLP grantee 2017. And I'm also very happy to recognize the presence of Howard Nelson, who was my lecturer not too long last year. So very, very pleased to see him into the FFI team and CLP team and for the great work that they're doing. So I'm really glad that, first of all, it really is such an honor to be part of this and to be able to celebrate the ongoing good work of CLP. So first is to recognize why it is important for CLP grants, and especially in this region. So the youth in Africa have been facing a lot of, one of the major threats, or rather major hindrances or limitations for African youth is facilitation to undertake the projects that they need. And seeing that these 4, or rather 6 projects that are going to go on in Africa this year are going to be facilitated. And I think if I could just speak a little bit about this project is Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, and there's 2 projects in Ghana and Tanzania as well. I think they have selected species that are certainly of conservation concern. And also they have one of the outstanding things that they're all going to be working in communities. They're going to be generating data, and they are also going to train and also advance policies in the projects that they're undertaking. The other reason why I think that it is really important to have this kind of setups that facilitate youth to continue is that, as Olivia said, this is a really, really crucial time to start up. If I could give my own experience, is that when I first received the CLP grant and worked with BirdLife International on a vultures program, it really launched my career into working with endangered species. And I went ahead to later even work with rhinos. And now I'm working with a community-based organization, and we're working with wild dogs and culture preservation. So I really think that these 6 projects that have been funded, first of all, congratulations to all the grantees. And also, I wish you the very best. And I think that CLP is doing a great job. And I think we just need to get a closer look to one of these projects next.
Dombeya ledamani is a tree species only found in Jos and Mambila plateaus in Nigeria and the Bemada Highland in Cameroon. Not so much is known about this plant species. To make things worse, it is critically endangered, and it has a declining population trend. Some of the major threats include habitat destruction and overexploitation for its bast fiber. This calls for urgent conservation action. And you, yes you, should care because, amongst other reasons, losing this plant species will be detrimental to species that depend on it for food and shelter, like birds and insects, and also deny us the prospective, not yet known benefits that this amazing species could offer. With support from CLP, my team hopes to reduce information gap on the ecology of Dombeya ledamani needed for its future conservation strategy, while also ensuring its immediate and long-term conservation by raising awareness and propagation of Dombeya ledamani in collaboration with stakeholders across the species known range in Nigeria.
Congratulations to Ozoji and her team in Nigeria. Such an important project to support. And thank you also to Mercy for your inspiring words. So next up, I'd like to show you a video highlighting the 5 projects that have won our Future Conservationist Awards from the Asia and Pacific region. Congratulations to all of our winners from the Asia and Pacific region. That slow loris footage is incredible. Now we're going to hear from a senior representative of our partnership, Lam Van Hoang, who is the Vietnamese country director for Fauna and Flora. Lam oversees a range of projects from building capacity of local authorities to improve protected area management through to the conservation action of Vietnam's most threatened primates. Over to you, Lam.
Thank you very much, Olivia and organizers. First of all, I would like to say congratulations to all award winners this year. You are great, well done for this year. And yes, of course, hello conservation leaders. I'm very pleased to attend this important ceremony to share my thoughts on CLP. With 25 years working in conservation sector, I witnessed lots of efforts of building the capacity and developing the conservation network supported by CLP. That's what I see. I witnessed, to be honest. And my witness, many projects have been awarded by CLP in the region. This contributed amazing recommendation to conservation planning. And many awardees are now leaders of conservation projects. The CLP intern program, that is amazing. That gives us the opportunity to nurse, to build up many conservation leaders. I have supervised at least 5 CLP interns in the last few years. And one of them was very successful. After the CLP intern program, he got further grant from Rapport Foundation to pursue his advanced degree, advanced study, and now he's an expert on butterfly, and he's working at Nature Museum. That's great. Congratulations, my student as well. And I also supervise 2 interns who work on threatened tree conservation topic, which contributed to my program here, the conservation of threatened tree program, and it really helped us to launch a new tree conservation program in Vietnam under the Fauna Flora, and it's now ongoing and developing and becoming a large-scale threatened tree project conservation project in Vietnam. And with the new award winning project, I highly appreciate your efforts and value them all, especially the project on tree frogs in Hà Giang, Vietnam. I know amphibian is an environmental indicator, but lacking of knowing its conservation status. So this project, I believe, it will contribute and help us pay more attention on conservation planning in the future in the region. And in conclusion, I see CLP is very important, and we need this program as much as possible, as long as possible, that help us to build conservation leadership capacity for junior conservationists through direct support project and open the opportunity for networking among them. I wish you all success with your project, your career development, and soon become conservation leaders. Congratulations to all of you. And now we would like to give you more closer look at one of these projects and a team who are protecting the endangered Lutlos, Bhutan, glory butterflies in India. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sarika. I'm leading this project on population monitoring and awareness building for Ludlow's Bhutan glory in India.
Bhutanese Ludlow or Ludlow's Bhutan glory is an endangered butterfly species, which is found at a specific elevation in Ecologist Wildlife Sanctuary, Arunachal Pradesh. We know very little about the species, its population and related behavior. So, through this project, we aim to build a detailed knowledge base on this species and create awareness among local communities and stakeholders, specifically Bugun community, students, tourism sectors, and forest staffs.
Now meet my team who will be working on this project with me.
Hi, I'm Ritam. Hi, I'm Archal.
Hi, I am Anisha.
And we are very grateful to CLP for giving us this opportunity to work for conservation.
Thank you, CLP.
Thank you, CLP.
Thank you very much. Beautiful butterflies. Thank you to Shakira and her team, and thank you, Lam, for your very kind words. So next up, we have the 5 projects that have won the Future Conservationist Award from the Latin America and Caribbean region. Amazing. Congratulations to all of the projects. It's amazing to see such a diversity of species being supported across the region. We're delighted to now hear from the WCS Assistant Country Director for Belize, Ralna Lewis. Ralna's work focuses on increasing the engagement and inclusion of underrepresented groups within Belize's Marine Protected Area Network. Over to you, Ralna.
Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. It is surely my pleasure to be able to join you today for the CLP Awards ceremony. I would like to congratulate the 5 recipients of the Future Conservationist Award and Project Lead, Gabriela Ochoa, who will be receiving the follow-up award for the Latin American and Caribbean region. The projects being recognized today, I believe, highlight the urgency of the conservation challenges at hand, namely the conservation of some of the most beautiful and biodiverse rich areas in this region and protection of threatened species. Today's award-winning projects focus on the protection of the Thorntail mountain lizard and its habitat in the Famatima Mountains of Argentina, the Tandilla lizard of the Pampas highland grassland of Argentina, protection of the southern tucutucos from the Pampean grasslands of Argentina as well, and a matter population of jaguars of southern Cerrado, Brazil. As you will see, innovation is at the core of the project, which looks at the piloting of a unique coral nursery design in Puerto Rico that uses inexpensive materials to nurse aquapid corals while providing suitable habitats for reef-associated organisms, etc. The successful piloting of this design could transform coral restoration efforts in this region, making it more cost-effective and environmentally friendly. Finally, the follow-up project, which looks at creating capacities for the conservation of sharks in Honduras, looks at curbing local demand for illegally harvested endangered sharks, such as the hammerheads, while understanding the market and trade routes in order to counter illegal wildlife trade, which is an issue, I believe, which affects most of the regions, globally. Few conservation organizations have as large an impact on young conservation in this region as a CLP. By investing in the capacity of the wardies today, we are able to ensure a future where wild places thrive, wild animals flourish, and people value nature. A critical part of that long-term commitment is ensuring that the best and brightest young conservationists are supported and nurtured to take on the role of conservation leaders in this region. As a former participant of the CLP's Building Leadership Capacity for Conservation training in Sierra Gorda in Mexico in 2017, I can attest to the tremendous support that the CLP provides in creating conservation leaders in this region. I attended that training shortly after being promoted to the Assistant Country Director position for the WCS Belize Marine Program. While I believe my academic background and years of work might have made me a suitable candidate, I was doubtful I possessed the leadership qualities needed for such a position. The training I received allowed me to step fully into my position by building my skills and confidence as a leader. Today, I want to say thank you to the CLP for granting me that opportunity, and most importantly, thank you for investing in the future of conservation within the Latin American and Caribbean region. We now like to show you a closer look at one of these projects and a team who are protecting the recently discovered jaguar population of southern Cerrado.
Hello, my name is Waithira and I'm here to share with you the most exciting project of my career so far. Me and my team have been working with medium and large-sized mammals conservation for 3 years, focused on animal movement and community-based solutions for carnivore conservation. The Cerrado, a vast tropical savanna, is a global biodiversity hotspot, but it's threatened because only 20% of the original vegetation remains. Jaguars have been exterminated from 65% of Brazil, especially in the southern Cerrado, which represents a gap in the species distribution. So the most amazing news that we discovered is that by using a couple of camera traps, we just recorded a female with cubs in the Cerrado region using an urban park, small isolated reserves and private properties. So our main goal now is to properly identify and document this population so that we can save it and help to connect this population with others in other parts of the range. What's unique about our approach to jaguar conservation is that we are working with all stakeholders involved in this project, including the government and rural communities, and empowering disadvantaged groups such as women. We plan to use our results to better protect and even expand the parks, including habitat restoration with native Cerrado trees. We are also collaborating with local landowners to develop ecotourism that generates an income while conserving and restoring the native Cerrado habitat on their lands. I'm confident that our integrated approach to jaguar conservation will pave the way for future conservation efforts, not only in Brazil, but around the world. Join us in this exciting journey towards a more sustainable future for all. Thank you.
Thank you to Leticia and her project team, and thank you also, Ralna, for your very kind words. As Ralna mentioned, we have some exciting follow-up awards this year, and now it's time to celebrate these 3 projects. The follow-up awards last up to 2 years and will focus on scaling up their previous CLP-funded work. We'll now show you a short video highlighting the projects that have won this year's awards. Well done to all of the follow-up award winners, a huge achievement to secure these follow-on continuation awards. There was a lot of competition. Now I want to share one of my highlights from the follow-up awards, a video from the threatened cave-dwelling bat project in Turkey. An amazing video. So thank you so much to Emrah and his team for creating what can only be described as a bat music video. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. So before we bring the main ceremony to a close, I just wanted to say a big thank you to our special guests for sharing their insights with us. And of course, congratulations again to all the members of our award-winning teams. And last but not least, thank you to all of you for joining us today and helping us to celebrate our 2023 Team Awards. We really hope that everyone in the audience has enjoyed the event. And if you want to find out more about CLP and the projects, please visit our website and follow us on social media at CLP Awards to hear all about the latest news. The next call for proposals will be announced in early July. And of course, next we are going to have an informal networking session. We really encourage you to come along. If you'd like to, please just stay on this call. We'll have a couple of minutes break and then we will start off again. For those of you that need to head off, thank you once again, and we hope to see you again next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.